gonna tiptoe around the issues.
Remember, we don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda, what up in here.
Barbecue and mildew time. Let's go. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Larry. This is the Dixon Way, all about the A Sports Talk. We give you that unadulterated, unapologetic commentary about our favorite sports teams. The Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, even my white Gators. But right now, man, this is the Falcons in review, season-ending review. As you can see the look on my face, I'm not really happy at the state of the Falcons, man. Matter of fact, we can briefly go over the game with the New Orleans Saints. As you guys saw on the thumbnail, Arthur Smith is gone, but he did least our problems, guys. Yeah, so we're going to briefly go over the game. Derek broke down Carr got 4 touchdowns against us. I repeat, the broke down Carr threw for 4 touchdowns against us. And 2 of them should have been clear picks. But it is what it is. When it rains, it pours. So, Larry, before you break that phone, son. All right. Derek Ritter, 291, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, a whole bunch of empty yards. He won't be, well, he may be back here. He'll be cheap, you know. Go in the room, please. Derek Carr, 4 touchdowns, 264 yards. Only missed 6 passes. Only missed 6 passes against us, guys. Wow. Bijan, 11 carries for 28 yards. The number 8 pick, son. Give the remote. Give him the phone then. Okay, we'll go. Oh. Let me welcome in people. I see Miss Lady T. She said something earlier. Guess she was first in the chat. Appreciate you coming through. Also, Matthew in the building. C-Dub in the building. What's going on, y'all? Our number 8 pick had 11 carries for 28 yards. Now, he did have that 70-something yard reception. He had over 100 yards receiving for that touchdown, but most of them was on that 71-yard reception. Yeah, but we ain't here to give no flowers to anybody, to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. 3 turnovers, discombobulated. Yeah, I harped on Arthur Smith. You know what I'm saying? He definitely had to go. He was trying to learn. I think the biggest thing that Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot did was trusting Ritter in coming into this season. But also he did the same thing with Marcus Mariota. We pretty much wasted 2 years of Falcons time. PSL owners, season ticket owners were bamboozled. You come in here and you trot out Marcus Mariota and you pump the fan base up. Yeah, we ain't rebuilding, we retooling. And we see what happened. Then you throw a kid in there who just wasn't ready to play NFL football yet in Desmond Ritter. It's not his fault. He just wasn't that skilled, okay? That's one of the weakest quarterback drafts in the last 15, 20 years, man. Like, real rap. So, we drafted that dude as an emergency quarterback at the most. Never to really see the field. And he was thrust into the starting role. one he could not fulfill, unfortunately. We don't know where he can be in the future. Good luck to him. I don't know if he's going to stay here. But either way, it's a cheap option. But again, if we go for a young quarterback in the draft, no way we keep him, because we're not going to sit here and try to develop him and develop our new quarterback. So he's up out of here. If we get a vet, he may stay. He may stay if we get a vet. But just because how cheap it is. Taylor Heineke's up out of here. We ain't got to worry about him. It's not Heineke, it's a warm beer. It's not a cold Heineke. It's a warm beer. Lukewarm beer. So, yeah. That's all I'm going to say on the game, man. We lost to the Saints. Congratulate them for beating us in that last play of the game. I really don't care. I think that last play actually helped boost Arthur Smith up out of here because he lost his composure. I think once he lost his composure, I think that took it over the top. Because if you look at that press conference, and we're about to get into the press conference talk, but that's what I want to talk about a lot. You look at the press conference, they were saying so many glowing things about Arthur Smith. It was almost like they were hiring him, how highly they were speaking of him. You know what I'm saying? His leadership. He's a leader of men, building a culture. I don't know where that was at. All these glowing things they were saying about him, but yet you said you had to make another move and fire him. So obviously you were very conflicted with this. But then you really wasn't. It sounded like you were talking out the side of your neck, on both sides of your neck, in my opinion. Hold on, let me move this because this thing, I don't want to get tagged. I see people populating in, man. I'm not ignoring y'all. I just need to say a few things. Let me get this off my chest. Then I'm going to go through and read you guys' chat, all right? When I say that Arthur Smith is not the only problem we had with this team, is deeply rooted. Yes, his situational play calling was horrible. His playbook and play calling seemed kind of rudimentary, to be honest. But that was more so because of the quarterbacks that he had and what he was dealing with, and he really didn't trust them. Larry, get your hand out of your mouth. What you looking at, laughing, little self? He didn't really trust the guys that he trusted this season with. It's like Groundhog Day. This is why I wanted him gone, because he sat here, and I know they attempted to get somebody else. I understand that. I know it was rumors about them trying to get Kyler Murray. You know, we know about the Deshaun Watson fiasco. We heard rumors about this, that, and the third. Nothing happened. So some just saying, well, him and Terry was just saddled with Ritter. They had no contingency plan. Even before this press conference that we just watched, which it was a clown show. Shout out to every reporter that asked the questions that I wanted to ask. I was screaming in the chat. Shout out to Mino, State, Zeno, D-Led. Shout out to everyone. If I missed somebody who said a question that spoke from the fans, appreciate y'all, man. Every video y'all got, I'ma like it. Even if I disagree, just because what y'all did. Applause in the chat, man. Everybody give applause in the chat for every reporter that stood on business and asked the questions that we wanted to hear. And all we got was a song and dance. Speaking of song and dance, where was Terry? Where was Terry? But before I get to that, let's circle back to the beginning of the season. We got rid of, well, Mariota quit. I guess we exhausted all avenues and it just didn't turn out. So we came into this season with Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder as our starting quarterbacks, as our only options. I don't even mention Logan Whiteside because we saw it took, four passes to throw a pick. So, yeah, it is what it is on that front. Yeah, that's a fireable offense. That's why I didn't want him to stay as the head coach and give someone else the offensive play calling duties. Because now I'm questioning your ability to, build the team and move forward for the betterment of the team. Also, everyone was real high on Ridder, enough that he only needed 9 snaps in the preseason, and that possession ended in an interception, and that was a prelude to the season on how Ridder would play. He just wasn't ready. Okay, this ain't no "we told you so" or nothing like that. I'm speaking from, I want my team to win, and I see us not putting the best product out there. What are we doing? Don't sit here and tell me it's not a rebuilding season when you are operating like a rebuilding season. But again, Arthur Blank and Rich McKay said we don't believe in rebuilding. We believe in retooling because we don't want to lose. And I've said this over several podcasts. Appreciate everybody who let me come on and talk my talk, man. I said this several times, that the Atlanta Falcons are afraid to lose, so we'll never ultimately win. And what that means is, once you get to a certain point, and the same thing with the Atlanta Hawks, once you get to a certain point, if you're not willing to go from square one, keep the pieces that you need to keep, and build it back up correctly, then I don't know what we can do. We're going to stay around in that area, or just missing the playoffs, or just barely making the playoffs, but not making really any headway. Unless you just hit on every draft pick you do, and that's kind of impossible, guys. I don't know any GM that hit on everything, but the Houston Texans almost did. On dang on near every pick, they almost hit on. All right, so let's get to the press conference. There was so many contradicting things that Arthur Blank and Rich McKay said. First of all, Rich McKay addressed himself as the GM, or what he used to do as the GM. But then he said, oh, but I let Terry and Arthur 50-50 work on everything. But then again, you contradicted yourself. Well, Terry's still the GM, but we give one person all the draft rights to do the draft, then the other person all the free agency. So which one is it? Are they working hand in hand throughout the entire roster? That counts draft and free agency? Or did you tell Arthur Smith you're going to do it with you build the offense, all your offensive pieces and stuff like that, draft, you got final say so. Y'all can debate it or whatever, but you got final say so. Me, when I heard Terry in that interview in the Athletic, he said that they shared the duties 50-50. And that's why I said that Terry shared some blame. Man, Man, I was at Terry neck. Y'all saw it. I was at Terry neck. Not saying that he needed to be fired right now, because I think he did enough to keep his job. That's why he's still there. I think he's great with numbers and stuff like that. I think that's why he's there. But to sit up there and tell me when someone asks, you're bringing up Terry this, Terry that, but he's not sitting right here beside you, bruh. Not only does that not look good, but you expounded on it, Arthur Blank. You compounded the problem by saying, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he's not there, so he must be in Houston, ready to be talking to Harbaugh's agent while Harbaugh is coaching. You know me, I'm thinking, okay, Terry out handling business. Terry in them streets trying to improve this team. What did Arthur Blank tell me? And tell all of y'all? When they asked repeatedly where Terry is. Oh no, Terry's in the building. Basically, he said this. Terry in the building, but this grown folks talk right here. He don't get to come to this table. That's what I heard. Did y'all hear that? I heard it. He didn't say those words verbatim. But if you're saying that me, and I understand you own the team, you have every right to pick your next coach. Your CEO of the players on the field. I understand that 100%. But to have Thomas Dimitroff at every press conference that was important, send right to your side, one on the left, one on the right, or Rich, it goes where he like the power pyramid. So he sits to one side, then his right-hand man, Rich McKay, who is a Falcon for life. Forget Matt Ryan, forget Julio, that's the Falcon for life. So everybody talk about fire Rich McKay, that ain't never happening. That's not happening, guys. It's not happening. I appreciate every last one of y'all coming in. I'm going to address you guys. I just want to get this on my chest, and then I'm going to read you guys' comments and stuff like that. I see the comments is popping. I'm surprised no one on national media. Well, national media don't care about Atlanta, so it really don't matter. And I didn't listen to Sports Talk today. But all the heat I was getting to Terry, I'm going to moonwalk on that. I'm moonwalking all the way back on it. Yes, he does deserve some blame, but that man working with handcuffs on, bro. He working with handcuffs, and the people that hire him don't respect him enough to have him sit at the big boy table. You sitting here talking about you getting mad because people are asking you. You keep bringing up what Terry does and won't let him answer for himself. Like he a child. Then you gonna bring up the Rooney Rule? For real? But you got the highest ranking black man on in your organization in the back. Yeah, I found that real disrespectful. I ain't trying to make it a race thing or anything like that. I just found that real disrespectful to bring up the Rooney Rule. And then in the same breath, get upset when people ask you, where's Terry? Maybe people didn't notice him. Maybe he was parking cars. He was rambling about something about he got to go console some people. Huh? I don't think they thought that Steak and all them guys, Domino and Cellini and Zeno, they didn't think them guys was going to jump on their neck. They thought that, hey, we got rid of Arthur Smith, everything going to be rosy. Nah, bro. You want to know why? Because if you do Terry like that, man, you might as well don't call him the GM. Just call him the capologist and scout. Call him the capologist and head of scout. He ain't the GM. He's not. To say that Terry Fontenot was in the building, was not allowed to talk to the media with the two head of the organization there? Wow. Yeah, that man don't have no power, man. He has no power. And they said, we're going to head it. Oh, yeah, he'll have a little input on, yeah.